It's Moodle time!
Welcome to Moodle Time. In this episode, we're going to take a look at file management on your H drive and also show you how to mass drop a whole bunch of files into your Moodle. And then next, and a little bit of organization of it inside of Moodle, just some tips. And then I'm going to take the next video, we're going to take a look at your Google Drive and see how that's quite a bit different than what we're doing right now. So, first thing is talking about file management. So, if you are at all like me, this is what my H drive looks like. It's just full of junk. Not junk, it's all the stuff that I that I need. But it's you can see a lot of files here not organized. So I have a bunch of folders and then I have a bunch of extra files, and that's just over the years it's turned into this big mess. And at some point I decided to do every fall and spring to actually make folders for my content, and the last time I did that well was in the fall of 2019. And even in here you can see that there's some folders here for all the classes I teach and different events, and then I have a whole bunch of spillover junk that should be in folders. And so I'll tell you the tips on keeping things organized, but ultimately it's up to you whether you can organize it and keep it organized. And I usually fail at keeping it organized forever. So I'm going to go into my physics. I'm going to go to spring 2019, and this is what my physics course looks like. How well I've got it organized. Again, still some stuff spilling out, which is annoying. But the reason why I'm showing you this is because when you go into a unit, so for instance, if we go into modern physics, and I'm hoping you can see this. I guess I could make this a little larger. Oh my goodness. Oh no, not too much larger. Okay, you can see here I did a good job. I put numbers in front of them, so 1 to 9, and then this I kind of screwed up. I put 999. These are all tests, but you can see that they're 2019, 2020, B, 2020, and then this is just the final test. So this is, in an ideal world, all my classes and all my units would look like this. If they look like this, and I'm encouraging you to do this, then I can actually dump all the stuff that I'm teaching, and you'll notice they're all Word docs here. I can dump them directly into Moodle really easy. So let me first show that. So and the other thing I thought I'd do here is I'm using the remote desktop setup, and I just wanted to show you what if you only have one screen, how you could do this easily. So on the web browser I have the Moodle set up, and over here on this other I have all my folders. And so how do I drag and drop them easily? I'm going to recommend right-clicking on at the bottom part of your window there, and go to the part where it says Show Windows Side by Side. If you do that, the nice thing is you have those two windows. Now, if you have a million tabs open and you do that, it's gonna get insane. It's gonna try to split the screen up into all those different tabs. So what you might have to do is either close all your tabs and just open two, or you can minimize a bunch. If you minimize them, which is clicking on this line here, then when you go side by side, well, in this case there's none, there's only one left. It'll just do the ones that are viewed side by side. So I'm going to go back here. Okay, so I got them side by side. Alright, I'm going to switch to the other side, which is fine. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to dump all this into your Moodle. So I want to put all this, I don't think I have one that's listed as physics, robotics. We're going to put in the robotics unit. So again, I want to go here to the gear and go to turn on editing. And then it says drag and drop files onto course selection to upload the files. So we're going to do that. I'm going to go to robotics, just scroll down to it there so it's visible, and now I'm going to take all these. Now if I press Control A, so hold down Control and press A, oh, I gotta be on the other side here, and press A, it'll select all my files, and so then I can just click on one of them and it's 12 files. And you'll notice that when I go over here, it says add files here. So I can just drop them there. Now I don't want to do that yet because I actually don't want 3 versions of the modern physics thing. If I did that, I'd have to delete them in here. And so it's actually, I can go, another tip is you can click the top one, hold down the shift key, and then move your arrow key, the bottom arrow key, to scroll down to all the ones you want. And if you need to skip a couple here, and I just want this one here, what I do is I let go of the shift key, I hold the control key down, and then I click on this individually. And now I've selected all the ones that I want, excluding those 2. Another way would be to go Control A to select them all, and then press the Control key to unselect a couple. So there's a lot of different ways to do that, but now these are the files I want. I'll drag them into robotics, and you can see that Word documents, they just drag in there, and they all say Word here. Let me just make this larger so you can see it. Okay, they're all there, and you'll notice that they're, for the most part, all in the right order. If something's out of order here, like this one, you can just simply click on it on the 4 arrow thing and move it up. Alternatively, if say it's in here and you want to just click on it, single click on it, it'll list all the, or it should. I don't know where that window went. There it is. It'll list all the spots where I can put it, and so I can say to the top of the section of announcements, or I think I want it just to the top of the section there. So I moved it up. So you can do that way as well. Alright, so all those are in. They're all Word documents. Life is good. However, I'd like to show you what happens if you have not just Word documents, but a whole bunch of other things. So I'm going to go to this pretend unit. Again, this pretend unit, it's got no numbers beside it, but all different kinds of Word type, or sorry, document type, file types, and so I could number them 1 to 10, and I'll just show you how to number them, but I'll show you that in a different one, because here, pretend unit in order. There I numbered them all except for this last one. So let's say this Lego check sheet, Excel sheet is something you want to add later on. You can actually right click, and let me move myself over here. There we go. You can right click on it and go rename, and just be careful, you start typing now, it's going to completely change the whole name. So you might not want to do that. You can undo that. I went Control Z to undo. Okay. Rename back to the Lego. You just got to click on it somewhere, and then you can move the cursor around with the arrow keys. Now, if I wanted this to say between 5 and 6, I wouldn't want to have to renumber all my things. So the 6 now is 7, 7 is 8, 8 is 9, unless it's not too much work. But in this case, I don't want to, so I could go 5.5, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend. It works here, but putting the decimal in there seems like a bad idea, just from years gone by of not putting or using the period for the end for the file extension. So 5-5 would also work. It would also put it in the right order. Or you can't call it 5.5 because that's actually 55, and that's going to put it at the bottom. Another really typical way to do that would be to go 5, for instance 5A or something like that, or 5B, 5C, and that will also put it in there. Okay, there's lots of different ways that you can rearrange these, and you'll notice up here that I have a folder, and so this folder here, I just want to show you how that works as well. So here I'm going to select everything, and by the way, inside this folder I just have some more files there. So if you have a folder in there, you cannot just drag and drop a folder over. It has to be a file. I'm going to drag and drop them into physical fitness here. So again, I'll select them all. I can do that with a mouse by making a box as well. There's lots of options. So drag it over to physical fitness, and look, see what it says right away. It says unable to read the file. Why another folder? Please check that it really is a file, not a folder. Well, it is a folder, so that's why I didn't allow it. So I say OK. And then here you'll notice with PNG and also with the PNG file, which is a picture file. It's wondering if I should add it as a media, add as a media type or as a file resource. So I'm going to say media for this one, and this one this MP3, that's a song, so I'm going to add it media, and wave is also music. And so you'll notice that in here, again, I'll make this full screen so you can hopefully see it. You'll notice that the picture, the PNG here, now is a picture on my in this view, this outline view, and these actual audio things, that's the music for a video game, they are actually playable right like this. And you may not like that. You may want it to all be the same format, or you may want it to be like this. I don't know. If you want to delete something, you can go to edit, the edit thing here, and delete it. I'm going to delete these and show you what it looks like when you import them the different way. I have not figured out how to mass delete things in Moodle, so if you find that out, let me know, because I'd love to know, and I can post a video about that. It would save me a lot of time. Having to do it individually is such a pain. But anyway, let's go back here. So I want those. Oh, here's another tip. If you try to now, like there's 3 that's missing. If I want to drag and drop these into here, if I move them now, it'll actually make a duplicate of all of them. All of them will move in again. So I'm going to have a lot that I don't want in there. I just want the MP3. I want the, so I'm holding Control while I'm clicking, the wave, and I want the PNG file. Those are the 3 that I just deleted. I'm going to drag them in here, and I'll just show you what they look like when I tell them to just create a file for these 3 types. And what we have here is this one here. I think this is the I think that is the MP3. I think this is, or maybe this is the MP3. This is the MP3. This is the WAV file, and that's the other one. So you can now click on them, and then it opens it up. Okay, so yeah, so they're all the file types. Now, because oh, and you can see when I do them, the completion status gets checked. So now, what are these different types? All of these are pretty straightforward. Well, I shouldn't say that. They might be straightforward. This is a WAV file. It'll just create a place where you can play it. The button's going to be the pictures. So there they are. I'm going to actually just cycle. Well, yeah, I'll cycle this way. No, I'm not going to. The presentation. So this is a PowerPoint. So if I click on this, it doesn't open a PowerPoint. What it'll do is actually download the PowerPoint. And that's fine when I click on the PowerPoint. Now, because I am using my, I guess, school computer, we have Office stuff, so it opens up in PowerPoint. And now I can, click Enable Editing, or I can watch it. I can preview it, play it, and everything works fine in it. I can go from next to next. Even embedded videos, they work fine inside here. Anyway, so that's all good. But just know that it doesn't come up with the PowerPoint presentation right away. In their Chromebooks, I'm assuming it'll open in Google Slides, and it'll work fine. Turtle Race. This is this is a file type. Programming. Let me go back. Allow me? Yeah, good. Okay, so it opened it right away, but don't worry, you probably aren't using those file types. These are PDFs. PDFs are going to open up right away, so they're kind of nice because you can see the file right away. And it doesn't open in a new browser, so you have to just go back when you want to go back to your thing. These are Word. We know what words, what they do is they download them. And then you can open them up. They'll again probably open up in Google Docs for the students. And Excels, they do the same thing. They download, and then Google Sheets probably will open them up. And this is an HTML, you can kind of see by the symbol, and they actually just open up in a new browser. And so they're actually kind of nice. But of course this one's a boring one. Alright, so I'll go back again. Alright, so that's all the different, most of the different file types that you'll see. Okay, and again, if you wanted to delete any, so if I want to go delete this one, I have to go edit and delete. So if I want to delete all of these, I wish there was a way I could select them all and delete them, but I don't know of any way to do that yet. Alright, in the next video I'll show you how to do use your Google Drive and do the same kind of thing, except for this time we're going to be linking to your Google Drive. But I'll show you the differences in that. So hopefully that helps. See you next time.